Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel, AY260, and this is week 25. And that's kind of, I didn't think of that. I met a goal this week, and my goal was to lose 25 pounds, and I did it on week 25. How amazing is that? So last week I weighed in at 227.2, and this morning I weighed in at 222.4, which was a loss of 4.8 pounds this week. I lost almost 5 pounds this week. That's crazy. But if you'll remember, I did gain a little. I gained 0.4 pounds last week. So I'm noticing these trends of big weight loss, no weight loss, or maybe even a gain, more weight loss. And I'm not getting so upset over the gains and over the small losses, because I like to tell myself when I'm not losing a lot of weight, I'm losing inches, because that has been proven in the past couple of months as well. What I want to share with you today was something that literally stopped me in my tracks this week. And I am reading a book that was written by Jason Fung and his research assistant, Megan Ramos, and a third author, Eve Mayer, who was a patient in their clinic. The book is called Life in the Fasting Lane, again, by Fung, Ramos, and Mayer. And Jason Fung was talking in this book, and he said something that literally made me set the book down. And I'm going to read it to you because I don't want to get it wrong. The quote from this book is, he said, obesity, excuse me, obesity is completely different from almost every other disease, because there's always the unspoken accusation that you did it to yourself and that you could have done something about it if you weren't such a weak-willed person. Whew. I literally wrote ouch in the margin here. Obesity is completely different from almost every other disease, because there's always the unspoken accusation that you did it to yourself and that you could have done something about it if you weren't such a weak-willed person. Let that sink in for a minute. Because how many times have you been around other people who've made comments about your weight, even simple comments like, oh, looks like you put on a pound or two. You think we don't know that? You think we're not aware of that? I was just kind of going back in time, like thinking about all of the times that I had kind of been offended by somebody who had mentioned something about my weight. And my thought was always, you know, it's none of your business. Just shut up. It's none of your business. But when I read this quote, this unspoken accusation that you could have done something about it, that it's really your fault, I thought, how often do we believe that? How often is that message coming from inside the house? Like, remember those old scary movies where the call was coming from inside the house? How often have we told ourselves, it's my fault, I'm the one doing this, why can't I get it together? And I just felt such pain when I read this, because we don't have to think that way. Maybe there is a medical issue behind your weight gain. Maybe something is going on hormonally, that where your hormones just aren't balanced and your body keeps storing fat. Here's the thought, maybe it isn't your fault. Maybe that is the truth. It's definitely something to think about. So this gave me pause this week to start thinking about what are the areas in my life where I'm blaming myself, where I'm calling myself names, where I'm just saying the meanest things to myself. And I need to put a stop to that. One of the things that we do in coaching is it's a cognitive behavioral approach. And you sit down and you do what we call a brain dump. And it's journaling, where you just dump out all of the thoughts that are in your head. And then you can take a look, you can pick any of the thoughts and then take a look at it and go, you know what, is that even true? So now when I think about this accusation that losing or being fat was my fault, it was all my fault, I'm like, no, that's not even true for me anymore. Now that I know that my thyroid was off, now that I know that the whole calories in, calories out approach has not worked for, 95, 97% of us, now that I know that weight loss is more of a hormonal balancing approach, I just feel like I've got tools to be able to lose weight. So I know that if I want to eat a cookie, I know that's going to spike my insulin way up. And then that's my choice, whether I eat the cookie or not. But if I really, really want to lose weight, I know that I need to keep my insulin levels down. And we can talk more about that later, the science behind the weight loss. But this week, I just want you to remember, you don't need to be mean to yourself. You don't need to accept all the blame for being overweight. The call doesn't have to come from inside the house. All right? Have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.